He may still be on as president, but his powers have certainly been reduced since he announced martial law that failed in the country last week. Short-lived, I'm talking about South Korea's President Yoon Suk-yeol, has been banned from leaving the country. Ever, most likely. Yoon has apologized for the botched attempt and said he was leaving his political and legal fate to his ruling People Power Party, but is not resigned. He has become a subject of a criminal investigation instead. While Yoon survived an impeachment vote in Parliament on Saturday, his party's decision to delegate presidential authority to the Prime Minister has plunged the key U.S. ally into a constitutional crisis. We'll veer into India, where dozens of schools in Delhi received bomb threats, leading to authorities stepping up security and conducting initial searches on school premises. Local media reports that 2 schools received threats via email on Sunday night, which said multiple bombs were planted inside buildings and would be detonated if the sender was not paid $30,000. Many other schools received the emails this morning, according to Additional Commissioner of Police Sanjay Tyagi, prompting school authorities to call parents to take the students home for the day. Parents were seen picking up their children from the gates of some schools as police checked school premises for suspicious items. Back in May, more than 50 schools in Delhi and the adjoining suburb of Noida received similar bomb threats, emails that turned out to be hoaxes. Meanwhile, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has warned of China's intent and increasing capability to change the rules-based international order. He was making the comment while speaking to U.S. sailors at the Yokosuka Naval Base in Japan earlier today. Austin also committed to helping Taiwan obtain the ability or the capability that it needs to be able to defend itself.
Well, we've said all along that in accordance with the Taiwan Relations Act and our commitment is that we will continue to help Taiwan obtain the ability or the capability that it needs to be able to defend itself, and that's been our work throughout. We don't want to see any kind of unilateral change to the status quo in the Taiwan Strait. We've been very clear about that as well. There's a lot of speculation about when Mr. Xi will decide to do one thing or another. I would just say, from my vantage point, at this point in time, I don't think an attack is either imminent or unavoidable. So, again, our goal is to make sure that we continue to work with like-minded partners and allies to ensure that we maintain a free and open Indo-Pacific. And we've been pretty successful at that thus far.
We're back on the continent now as Christmas arrived early for the SOS Children's Village in Pretoria, South Africa. The Nigerian Doctors Forum in South Africa has generously donated 35,000 rand to the shelter. The SOS Children's Shelter cares for over 90 children, many of whom have been neglected by their parents or are orphans. Child neglect is becoming a growing concern in South Africa, with many parents abandoning their children. Now, this donation aims to provide much-needed support to the children and to ensure their well-being during the festive season. Here's our South Africa correspondent, Innocent Samosa, with more.
It's the festive season, a time of giving. In the spirit of the holidays, the Nigerian Doctors Forum South Africa has made a generous contribution to a village in Mamelodi, east of Pretoria.
We represent a body of doctors, over 200 doctors of Nigerian extract practicing in South Africa. And we feel, as part of our social responsibility and the impact we can have on our communities, to be able to assist the underprivileged members of our society. Our hearts are touched by the enormous work that this organization do in terms of sheltering the kids in their custody.
Tadita Matiti from SOS Children's Village says it's truly heartwarming to see organizations coming together to make a difference.
I'm so happy about this because we have so many needs and we'll cover some of our needs, especially during this festive season. Yeah.
What would you like to say to the Nigerian Doctors Forum?
I would like to say to them, what they did is so big to us, and they must always do that. By doing that, they are putting a smile on our children, and I'm so happy. On behalf of all mothers and the management, I thank them from the bottom of my heart.
I would like to thank them for donating and for their help and support.
The outreach event rounded off with an elegant evening of glitz and glamour at a star-studded gala night. Outgoing President Dr. Ugu expressed his gratitude to the organization for its exceptional support. Meanwhile, acting Nigerian ambassador to South Africa, Alexandra Timitope Ajayi, says Nigerians are well represented in South Africa.
For me particularly, I'm very happy that we have an organized body like this, like Nigerian Medical Doctors Forum, and that they have been intervening in a number of ways in South Africa, and that is what exactly the narrative we want to push out there, to let the people know that yes, we have really very strong professionals, Nigerian professionals in South Africa.
Well, as the year draws to a close, initiatives like this reminds us of the power of community and compassion. From Pretoria, South Africa, Innocent Simos, Channels Television News.
Skaters taking their skills to the next level by participating in what is called a skating marathon. One of such held in the Cuban capital, Havana, as we see hundreds of inline skaters from around the globe participating in the event. It happened on Sunday, a fourth time it's holding since it began in 2019, I guess. The world's best skaters made a 42-kilometer run along the iconic Malecon Promenade and avenues of the historic center of the Cuban capital. Leading figures of inline skateboarding in 2024, such as Frenchman Nolan Bidiaf and Ecuadorian Gabriela Vegas, competed in the event. The Havana World Skate began in 2019 and is characterized by the participation of skaters of all ages, many of them Cuban children and teenagers. In addition to the marathon, the event includes competitions in disciplines such as skateboarding, spinning, skate cross, and speed.
Je suis actuellement leader du classement général, c'est la finale, donc voilà, l'objectif c'est de gagner le G.
And you must have seen it by now if you're holidaying in the Vatican or probably in Italy. A Christmas tree and the unveiling of this year's nativity scene, all in time for the festive season in the crowded St. Peter's Square. This 29-meter red spruce was selected from among the most mature trees in the Alpine province of Trento in northern Italy, with respect for the environmental sustainability of the forest. The nativity scene featured a cassone, a traditional reed hut used by lagoon fishermen, set in a grotto-inspired environment from the early 20th century. The tree and nativity scene will remain on display should you want to visit up until January 12, marking the end of the Christmas season. And yes, I'd love to see it. Hoping I wake up sometime in Italy. Thanks for watching The World Today. I'm Amarachi Ubani.